And get started, and we'll just make it really nice and relaxing. So start on your back. So find your way down onto your back, and then take a minute before settling in just to stretch. So maybe stretching your arms long, legs long, maybe hugging your knees in and just kind of rocking side to side. So for me, at least, in the middle of the day, it feels so good to just lay down and kind of move my body. So take a moment, just stretching, feeling inward. And then when you're ready, find stillness in a position that feels comfortable. So for me personally, sometimes I have a little bit of pain in my low back. So I like just a very dull, achy pain. So I like to bring my feet to the ground with my knees bent, and then bring my feet out a little bit wider than my hips, let my knees fall in, and that kind of creates a little space in my low back. So you might try that, maybe feet together, knees apart, maybe legs extended, and then kind of same thing with your arms, play around. Maybe you tee out your arms, cactus your arms, or bring one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly. And then close your eyes. And let's just start our practice with 3 great, big, huge breaths. So using our breath to drop into our body. Next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. Hold at the very, very top. And then see if you can even sip in a little bit more. Exhale, let it go, side out. Do that 2 more times. So inhale, breathe all the way down. Feel the expansion of your entire upper body. Yay, Josh is with us. Welcome, Josh. Hold in fullness. And big open mouth sigh, release. So last time, biggest, hugest inhale you've taken all day. And then when you think you're full, one more little sip. Exhale, release. All right, Ujjayi breath, my friends. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. So see if you can start to find this deeper diaphragmatic breath. And as you do, we're going to find a little bit of movement. So everybody, feet on the ground with your knees bent, and bring your feet mat width distance apart. Tee out your arms or cactus your arms, you choose. Take an inhale, fill up. Exhale, let both of your knees fall to the right. Maybe gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, bring your knees through center. Exhale, other side. So knees fall left, maybe gaze right. You can make this a really passive movement, so continue side to side. So just kind of letting gravity do the work for you. Or you can make it a little more active. Flex your toes, and as your knees fall to one side, you really aim forward and down through your top leg, your top knee. So just move with your breath, feel into your hips, feel into your low back, maybe even into your side bodies. And then finish the round you're on, or take one more. So just slowly wrap it up. Bring your knees back to center. And bring your feet in so they're hips width distance apart, and your ankles are straight down from your knees. So your feet aren't out in front of your knees anymore. They're straight down, heels straight down from your knees, arms by your sides, palms face the ground. Setting up for bridge pose. On an exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up, and then as you inhale, peel your spine off your mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling now, so at the same time as you're lifting, and then reach your arms all the way back overhead. Exhale, we'll lower it down ever so slowly, reach your arms up towards the ceiling, and then at the bottom of your bridge, your arms return back down by your side. So a few rounds of flowing bridges. Inhale to peel your spine up, reach your arms up, and reach your arms back. And then exhale to slowly, mindfully lower down. Arms reach up and return back down by your sides. So some things to focus on. Make sure all 10 of your toes face directly forward, so you're not duck-footed or pigeon-toed. And then root down, especially into your heels and the inner edges of your feet. Try not to let your knees bow out to the sides. Each time you lift, see if you can lift just a little higher so you're finding a little more length and space in your front body. Think of this as just a moving meditation. Articulate through your spine and notice how it feels. Finish the round you are on or take one more round. I'm going to take one more round. And then we will meet back. So we're just laying on the ground with our feet on the ground and our knees bent. Draw your right knee up towards your chest or towards your belly and grab hold at the front of your right shin. Now squeeze in and up, so right knee towards your right armpit. You can stay here or extend your left leg forward and imagine there's a heavy sandbag on top of your left thigh. Take one more great big breath, squeeze, breathe down into your belly. And then end of your exhale, we'll move into a supine twist. Reach your right arm out to the right, scoot your hips over to the right, roll onto your left side. So see if you can actually stack your right hip on top of left, shoulders square towards the ceiling, square towards the sky, and then gaze up or over your right shoulder. Big Buddha belly breaths, big Ujjayi breaths, so all the way down. Take about 3 more and just notice how this pose feels in your body today. Notice maybe, is there a little tightness in your spine, your low back or your mid back, maybe even upper back. Notice if you're clenching your jaw or tightening up through your forehead and soften. Take one last round here. And then at the end of your exhale, come back to center, half happy baby. So readjust your hips so they're straight down from your shoulders, left foot on the ground or left leg extended, and then right leg in a half happy baby. So right knee to the outside of your ribs, sole of your right foot faces the sky, grab hold, elbow is inside your knee, hand is to the outer edge of your foot if possible, inner edge is fine. You could also modify by grabbing ankle, shin, or the back of your thigh. So pull down with your arm strength, but press up through your heel, flex your toes. Imagine that heavy sandbag on top of your left thigh. Take one more big breath. End of your exhale, release your right leg, full body stretch. So arms long and legs long. Traction out your entire body, traction out your spine. Imagine you're made of taffy. Somebody's pulling on your wrist, pulling on your ankles. One more inhale. Exhale, left knee draws up towards your belly, hands around the front of your shin. If you want to modify, right foot on the ground with your knee bent. Otherwise, keep your right leg extended. Now, see if you can pull your left knee up towards your left armpit. So give it a great big squeeze in and up. Take a great big breath here as you squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then we'll move into our twist. So scoot your hips over to the left a little bit. Reach your left arm out to the left and then roll over onto your right side. Left hip stacks on top of right. Gaze up or over your left shoulder. Breathe down into your belly. Big, spacious breaths. So each exhale, just kind of let your body soften, let your body melt around the pose, around the twist a little bit more. Couple big deep breaths to just let go. And then end of your next exhale, let's come back onto our spines. So you can kind of adjust your hips straight down from your shoulders, half happy baby. Right leg stays extended, or if you need to, bend your right knee, sole of your right foot to the ground. Grab hold of your left foot, outer edge if you can, inner edge is fine if you need to, and then elbow should be inside your knee. Sometimes it's nice to bring your other hand, so your right hand behind your head, kind of like a little pillow. See if you can find a little more length in the back of your neck. Take about 2 more rounds, 2 more big deep breaths. And then release your left leg, another full body stretch. Reach your arms long, reach your legs long. Pull yourself apart. Huge inhale. We'll meet up on our hands and our knees. So you can roll to either side, use your arms to guide yourself up, or you can come with me. I'm gonna curl up into a little ball, grab the backs of my thighs, and then just start a little rock forward and back. So massage the length of your spine for a moment, back and forth. To me, this feels really good. Make these rocks as smooth as possible. Eventually, we'll rock up, cross our ankles, and then just bring your hands to the ground in front of you, transition onto hands and knees. You can crawl back a little bit if necessary. So you want to be nice and centered on your mat. And then just start to explore your own intuitive movement. So, might be hip circles, might be cat-cows, might just be sitting back into a child's pose and resting there for a moment. So your own exploration, wherever you want to take it. And it can be what feels really good, or it can be what might feel really stiff and uncomfortable, just exploring that. Take about 3 more deep breaths. Are there any more ways you can explore? So for years, I kind of did the same thing when any teacher would let us move intuitively. It's like, okay, now we'll do some cat-cows, maybe a couple hip circles. See if you can get even more creative. So start to explore the movement of your shoulder blades on your back. Start to bend your elbows and let your heart drop down. So getting really explorative and figuring out how to move your spine without just moving it as one single unit. Our spine should be able to move in 6 directions, so play with that. So we have flexion, extension, side to side movement, Pigeon twist. And then eventually, let's take it back into a down dog and just stretch into our legs. So when you're ready, plant your hands, make sure your fingers are spread really nice and wide. So grip the ground with the pads of your fingertips and then push the ground away, lift your butt really high. If it feels good to keep a big bend in your knees, perfectly fine. Maybe you want to pedal out your heels for a moment. Shift your weight side to side, shake your head yes or no. So just working on lengthening through your spine and your side bodies, possibly working into the backs of your legs. Take 1 more breath into your dog pose. End of your exhale, set your knees down gently. And then we're gonna move into a variation of thread the needle posture. So extend your left leg straight out to the left, left toes face forward. It's like you're in a half wide-legged straddle position. Now you're just gonna reach your right hand underneath you, palm faces the sky. So reach your right arm through like you're trying to reach and grab your left big toe. Once you're reaching as far as you can, come down to rest on the outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. And then just big deep breaths. Maybe you extend your left arm or walk your left fingertips forward, gaze underneath your left armpit. So work this pose in a way that you feel like you're getting something out of it. Maybe that just means you're breathing really, really deep. Take about 3 more deep breaths. All right, friends, bring your left hand to the ground. So pretty much in front of your face, so you can see your left hand right out in front of your face. And then next time you inhale, you'll press down, unthread your right arm, reach your right arm as high as you can and open up in the opposite direction. Lift up to your left fingertips and then reach even higher. Take one more inhale. Exhale, set your right hand down, so both hands on the ground. Now pick up your left foot and swing your left toes all the way off the right side of your yoga mat. Gaze back over your right shoulder and kind of pull your hips to the left as you gaze to the right. Maybe you bend your elbows a little bit, let your heart melt down. So explore here. Find your sweet spot, big deep breath. And then come back to hands and knees, tabletop. Bring your knees out wide, big toes touch behind you, child's pose. So bring your forehead to rest down. You can actively reach through your fingertips or just relax your arms against the ground. Take about 2 or 3 deep breaths into your low back. So if I were there with you, I would want to be able to see your low back expanding with your inhales, letting go with your exhales. Nice job, friends. Next inhale, rise up to hands and knees. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Great, big breath into your dog pose. And then at the end of your exhale, just walk your hands back to the back of your mat until you're in a forward fold. So eventually you want to feel all the weight in your feet. You can bring your feet hips width distance apart or even wider. Just make sure all of your toes are facing forward. Bend your knees a little bit or a lot of it. And then let your neck relax. See if you can let your weight come slightly forward into your toes. Heels are very light. And then lift your butt up higher. So I don't care if you have the hugest bend in your knees, as long as you're lifting your butt, you're gonna get a good stretch. Try not to roll onto the outer or the inner edges of your feet. Option to bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, point your thumbs up towards your earlobes so your elbows come out nice and wide, and find that gentle traction. Maybe a little sway side to side or a little bob up and down. Breathe into your back body. Breathe down the backs of your legs. Take one more round here. End of your exhale, let go with your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. So how much length can you find? Top of your head back to your sit bones. Exhale, fold. Crawl your hands forward, plank pose. Feel free to come to your knees if you want to modify. Big inhale at the top of your push-up, push the ground away, and then exhale to slowly take it down to your belly. Spider-Man Cobra, hands come out nice and wide. Lift to fingertips, elbows face the sky. Lift your chest, breathe in. Exhale, twist to your right and dip your left shoulder down towards the center of your mat. Inhale, come back through center, heart lifts, low belly tones. Exhale, other side, little twist. Right shoulder dips down. Inhale, back to center, heart lifts. And let it go. Exhale. Bring your hands to frame your mid-ribs. Press up to tabletop, hands and knees. All right, hands and knees. We'll take our thread the needle with our right leg extended out. So extend your right leg out to the right, toes face forward. Left arm is going to reach under, palm faces the sky. So reach your left arm through like you want to grab hold of your right big toe, reach as far as you can, then rest on the outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. Maybe walk your right fingertips forward, gaze under your right armpit. See if you can use your right foot against the ground. So you're pushing with your right foot, using that as leverage to twist through your spine a little more. Big breaths into your back body. All right, bring your right hand pretty much out in front of your face and plant it. And then on an in-breath, unthread your left arm, reach it up, come up to your right fingertips, reach higher. Left hand down, pick up your right foot, swing your right leg off the left side of your mat. So right toes to the ground and then gaze back over your left shoulder. And again, kind of move around a little bit. Hips can go up, down, side to side, elbows bend. Maybe chest towards the ground. One more deep breath. Find your sweet spot. And then come back, tabletop. Take it back, downward facing dog. All right, walk it out for just a moment. Feel into your down dog. Lots and lots of length. Great big, huge inhale. Exhale, this time look forward, step, tiptoe, or hop, top of your mat, forward fold. Once you have arrived, halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, let it go. Now listen, walk your feet out to the width of your mats. Pivot your toes out, heels in, low squat, malasana. So yogi squat. If possible, keep your heels down, elbows to your inner thighs, hands to your heart. Try not to roll into the inner edges of your feet. See if you can keep your shoulders and your collarbones broad. See if you can breathe down into your belly. Feel your belly expand and contract. Now, see if you can pick up your toes and spread them. Take 2 more deep breaths. Good work. End of your next exhale. Fingertips down, hips up. Heel toe your feet in, hips width distance apart. Toes face forward. Halfway lift on an in-breath. Forward fold, exhale. Let's take it all the way to stand. You can roll or reverse swan dive. Inhale, stretch your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, inhale, reach up. And then as you exhale, bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. For a moment, you guys, this is funky. Bend your elbows a lot. And then press your palms together, so palms press. Now, see if you can make circles with your hands like this, like a washing machine. Fast as you can, keep pressing your palms, reverse your circles. You're gonna feel pretty quickly heat start to build in your shoulders. That's what we want. Circle, circle, circle. Keep breathing. Find stillness. You can let your palms come apart and then try not to lock out your elbows, but start to reach your hands back behind you. Stretch through the front of your shoulders. Maybe little baby back bend. Lift your heart up, reach your knuckles down. Hug in with your inner thighs. Press your hips gently forward. One more in-breath. Keep your clasp. Exhale takes you down, forward fold. Stay here about 2 or 3 breaths with your fingers interlaced. So do the best you can to lift your butt up and then lift your knuckles up, relax your neck. If you need to, bend your knees so much more. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands to your low back. Then let go of your clasp. Arms hang down. You can give them a little shake. In breath, halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, plank pose, step back. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Come to your knees if you'd like. Exhale, lower down. Back bend of your choice. So lift your heart. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Try not to lock out your elbows no matter how high you go. And then downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Stretch and lengthen. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat. Low lunge. We're going to take it straight into a wide-legged forward fold. So walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Parallel your feet and straighten your legs. Inhale to a spinal extension, nice and long. Exhale, fold. So think crown of your head towards the ground, sit bones towards the sky. Try not to rock back into your heels. You're welcome to move as much as you want to. Explore. Just make sure your breath comes with you. Good job. Take one more round here. And then listen, inhale to a halfway lift, root through your feet, bring your hands to your hips. Now rise all the way up so you're in a standing position. Legs are wide. Rotate your heels in, toes out, and you can adjust your stance, take it wider or bring it, make it shorter if you need to. We're coming into a wide-legged squat. So you want your ankles straight down from your knees and really press into the outer edges of your feet. So try not to let your knees fall in. You want them to press back behind you. Hands to the tops of your thighs, sit low, and just take a little sway from side to side for a moment. As you sway, try to stay low and try not to let your knees fall in. Try not to put too much weight in your hands. Breathe, slow and steady breath. All right, find stillness. Inhale, standing cow. So swing your butt back, heart forward. As you exhale, we'll twist towards the back of our yoga mat. So right shoulder dips down, gaze back over your left shoulder. See if you can press your knees open wider. Maybe sit a little lower. Take another breath here. Inhale through center, twist towards the front of your mat, other direction. Big deep breath, knees wide, sit low and breathe. Inhale through center, one more time each side, exhale to the back. Inhale center, exhale to the front. Inhale, center, straighten your legs, parallel your feet, reach your arms up, exhale, dive down, stick your butt out, all the way down, forward fold. Spinal extension, so just bring your fingertips to the ground, lengthen your spine, walk your hands to the top of your mat, low lunge position. Three-legged down dog, so right leg all the way back and up. Open up your right hip, bend your right knee. So squeeze your outer right butt cheek, stack your right hip on top of left. Stay here or option, and option is the key word. Right foot steps down behind you, right arm lifts and reaches forward, heart forward. Press your hips up, breathe down into your belly wherever you've chosen to go. One more big breath. And then everybody, regular down dog, walk it out. And bring your knees to the ground. Bring your knees wide, big toes touch, child's pose, sit back. Big, spacious breaths. We'll take it back to downward facing dog as you're ready. Inhale your left leg to the sky, stretch it out. Exhale, soft as you can, step your left foot through, low lunge. And then this time, walk your hands to the right side of your mat, parallel your feet, straighten out your legs as much as you can. We're gonna go somewhere different on this side. So halfway lift as you inhale, keep your fingertips on the ground. As you exhale, bend just your back knee and walk your hands back a little bit. So you can stay here or pivot your back toes towards the back edge of your mat. Pivot your front toes towards the sky so you come onto the back of your left heel. Flex your toes. If possible, keep your right heel on the ground. If you need to lift up to your right tiptoes, that's okay. Hands stay down for support, or see if you can lift your hands. If you're lifting your hands, energetically squeeze your heels towards each other so there's strength in your legs, muscle energy. Take one more breath. Switch to the other side. So inhale through center and exhale, front knee bends. Maybe you keep your feet parallel, a little less, or go for your full Skandasana. Left toes face the top edge of your mat. Right toes face the sky, both heels on the ground. Energetically pull your heels towards each other. Maybe your hands lift. If your right heel is pressing down, your toes are flexing back towards your shin. Take one more round. Come back to center, wide-legged straddle position. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of your mat. Rotate your toes forward. And then three-legged down dog, left leg to the sky. Open up your left hip, bend your left knee. So peel your left hip open, let it stack. Stay here if you want, or left toe step down, left arm reaches, heart reaches, hips lift. Breathe down into your belly. Soft through your face. One more, wherever you're at, fullest expression. Come back to down dog, walk it out. This time, from your down dog, inhale forward plank or modified plank. Exhale all the way to your belly. Rest on your belly, head to the left, and extend your right arm straight out to the right with your palm facing the ground. So we're going into shoulder pigeon. Right arm out to the right, palm faces down, spread your fingers and press with your fingertips. Now roll up onto the outside of your right hip. Left knee can bend and the sole of your left foot might come down behind you. If this feels like too much, you can keep your left foot out in front of your body, use it as leverage. You can even take fetal position with your legs if you're really taking care of your low back. Left arm can be on the ground, or left hand, I should say, for leverage, or left arm might reach up or even wrap behind you. So your expression of shoulder pigeon, about 5 more slow, deep breaths. Soften your face, unclench your jaw, last round, biggest, deepest breath. Maybe you want to sigh out your mouth, and then let's come back to center. Just for a moment, turn your head to the other side and just relax your arms by both sides so palms face the sky. Bring your knees out a little bit wider than your hips. Bend your knees, windshield wiper your shins, so side to side, back and forth. Good, and then go ahead and just relax your legs back down. Your head is already turned to the right, so just extend your left arm out to the left, palm faces the ground. Roll up onto your left side, so outside of your left hip. And then you choose what leg variation you want to take. Right foot behind you, right foot in front of you, fetal position. Same with your left arm, your choice, your exploration. Make sure your neck can relax, your head can rest. So if you want to use a pillow or anything at home, you're welcome to. And then just feel that stretch at the front of your left shoulder. Keep a little tiny tone in your low abdominals. And then big spacious breaths. 2 more, really big. Feel your belly expand. Feel your entire body let go. Ha. Roll back onto your belly. Turn your head to the left, arms by your sides, palms face the sky. Widen your knees a little bit, and then your choice, windshield wiper, or try what's called egg beater. So it's circling your feet in opposite directions at opposite times, just kind of like a motor or an egg beater. I don't actually know if it's like a motor, but you guys know what I mean. And then relax your legs down. All right, before we come back up to our hands and knees, we're gonna take a belly back bend. So bring your forehead to the ground, back of your neck long. Bring your hands to your low back and interlace your fingers. Before anything else lifts, see if you can squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine and feel your shoulders just lift. Exhale in your breath. Inhale, lift up, so lift your chest, lift your legs, and if you can, even lift your hands up, reach your knuckles back, hug in with your inner thighs, breathe down into your belly, allow your heart and your front body to open, back of your neck long, hug in with your inner thighs, spread your toes, take one more round. End of your exhale, release, hands frame your mid-ribs, press up. Knees out wide, big toes touch. Press back to child's pose. Breathe. Yay, hi Eddie. Glad you could join us for the last quarter of class. All right, let's give it 2 more rounds in child's pose. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. All right, friends, from your dog pose, we've made it to pigeon. So inhale your right leg high. And exhale, right shin forward. Set your body down. Right knee towards the outer right edge of your mat. Pull your right hip back and your left hip forward. So you're not sinking over onto your right hip and sitting down. Your hips should be hovering above the ground. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward, and then bow forward as you're ready. Even as you're bowing forward, energetically try to pull your right hip back. Spread through your front toes, and that'll protect your knee and your ankle, so you're not pulling those tendons and ligaments around your knee or your ankle. And then if you want to take it a little deeper, you can scoot your back knee, work your back foot back a little further. Breathe. Great big breaths. About 3 more. You can exhale out your mouth at any time. All right, let's ease our way back up. So lift your upper body. Now sit over onto your right butt cheek, so allow your hips to open just gently, and then legs come out in front of you. So come into a seat. As your legs extend forward, you can kind of lean back and just give them a nice little shake out for a moment. All right, right leg will stay extended. Sole of your left foot to your right inner thigh, and allow your hips to open, so you're kind of turning your upper body to the left rather than squaring towards your front extended leg. Press your foot into your leg back into your foot, right toe should face directly towards the sky. Reach your arms up, breathe in here, and as you exhale, side body stretch towards the front of your mat. So reach your right hand forward, maybe grab your right foot, reach your left arm forward, and then imagine now that you want to rotate your heart to look up. So see if you can pull your left shoulder back and down slightly. Let your heart open more. If you can take it further, go for it. So I don't know, Eddie may or may not be able to do this, but some people can grab their right toes with their left fingertips. I can do it here, but you can see I'm kind of closed off. So you want to stay nice and open. Stretch through your left side. Press your foot into your leg back into your foot. That's your hugging in towards midline. Take 2 more rounds. Right toes are flexed, and then press down through the top of your right thigh. Try to engage through your quad. Next time you inhale, rise up, reach both arms up again. Exhale, left hand comes down behind you, fingers face away from your body. Now press down and lift your hips, reach your right arm back. It can either be a side body stretch, like a modified side plank, or modified wild thing, more of a back bend. Just go for length and space, whatever feels right to you. 1 more round. And then bring it back down. Let's take our legs out in front of us. All right, like we did at the very beginning of class, grab the backs of your thighs, curl into a little ball, and we're gonna rock it out. 5 or 6 rocks, as smooth as possible. If you have soreness on those muscles right outside your spine, this feels good. So take 5, 6 rocks, and then just like at the beginning, cross your ankles, plant your hands. This time, step back, plank, move through a vinyasa, downward facing dog. If you want to skip your vinyasa, that's fine with me. And the way vinyasa is used in modern day yoga, all it means is that action of high to low push-up, back bend of your choice, and then back to down dog. Vinyasa, translated from Sanskrit, just means flow. So I guess we say that now. It's like, take your little flow and then meet back in down dog. All right, left leg to the sky, stretch it out. Exhale, pigeon, left shin forward, set your body down. Left knee towards the outer left edge of your mat. If your front shin is closer to parallel with the front edge of your mat, it's going to be more for your hips. If you have tighter hips, keep your left foot closer towards your body. You want to find that muscle energy. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Hug towards midline. Draw lowest, deepest abdominals back and up. Tone them. And then just bow. So as I'm bowing, my heart's going forward. My left hip is still gently tugging back and up. Spread through your front toes and breathe. Soften where you can soften. So face, jaw, neck, shoulders, hands, fingers. About 3 more. End of your next exhale, so take it all the way to emptiness, and then ease your way up. We'll come into our seat, so carefully sit over onto your left butt cheek, swing your right leg around, both of your legs out in front of you, give them a nice little shake out. Shake it. And then left leg will stay extended, sole of your right foot, left inner thigh. Let your hips open towards the right side of your mat. So I'm not facing forward, I'm opening towards the right. Press your foot into your leg back into your foot, left toes flex up. Bend your left knee if you need to so you can sit up tall. Reach both arms up, lengthen, breathe in. And as you exhale, side body stretch towards the front of your mat. So left fingertips reach, I'm gonna grab my left toes, right arm reaches up and then forward. Now, imagine you want to rotate your heart up towards the sky, so just a little bit more. And I'm going to use my left hand inside my left leg as leverage to open my heart. Breathe into your right side. Big, deep breaths. Press your foot into your leg back into your foot, and try to press down through the top of your left thigh. Like you're trying to press the back of your thigh towards the ground. 2 more rounds. Reach. Soften your face. And next inhale, come back up and reach your arms up. Right hand behind you. Exhale. So fingertips face away from your body. Lift your hips, side body stretch. Left arm reaches back, or turn it into more of a back bend modified wild thing. So whatever feels most beneficial to you, and breathe into all the little spaces. 1 more round. End of your exhale. Let it go. Bring it back down. Now, legs forward, shake them out. Before we go onto our backs, feet together, knees apart, Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. So I'll turn towards you. I do not care if your feet are a little further away or a little closer, whatever works best. I want you to be able to sit up tall. So if it's helpful, use a pillow, blanket, couple pillows, couple blankets underneath your butt. All right. Press your heels together, grab hold of the fronts of your shins or the fronts of your ankles. As you inhale, pull your shoulders back, press your chest forward, leading with your heart, hinge at your hips, bow forward. Once you've gone as far as you can go with length, you can just let your neck relax, upper back might round, And maybe even crawl your hands forward on the ground in front of you. See if you can lengthen more through your low spine, through your low back, and breathe down into your low back. Keep pressing your heels together. Keep sending your big, spacious Ujjayi breath down into your hips. Couple more. Soften through the inside of your mouth. All right, now listen, end of your next exhale, legs stay the same, roll up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Head is the very last thing to lift. And once your head lifts, keep your legs in this position. We're gonna come down onto our backs. So you might need to scoot your legs forward a little bit more. Lie down, feet together, knees apart. If this hurts your low back at all, then slide your feet further away from your upper body. Arms by your sides, palms face the ground. Press your heels together really firmly. Exhale all your air out. And then as you inhale, press your heels, lift your butt up. So lift, lift, lift through your butt, squeeze through your glutes. Imagine that someone's pressing on the insides of your knees, so try to press your knees towards the ground as you lift your hips towards the sky. Press your heels, one more inhale. Exhale, release. We're gonna do 2 more rounds like that. So this is a good release for your iliopsoas, your hip flexor muscles. So give it everything you've got, and then we'll just relax after this. So let's take a breath to just let go and prepare. Press your heels, press your palms down. Inhale, lift. Squeeze through your outer glutes. Press your heels. See if you can get your knees closer to the ground as you lift your hips higher towards the sky. Soften your face, squeeze your glutes. One more big inhale. Exhale, let it go. While you're resting for a moment, it might feel good to kind of flutter your knees up and down a little bit. Might not even feel good, but might feel interesting. All right, we've got our last round. We're gonna hold just a little bit longer. So palms face down, heels press, slide your feet further away from your body if you need to. It doesn't matter, so don't hurt yourself. Exhale all your air out. Inhale, press your heels, press your palms, lift your butt, lift, 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 squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Press your knees towards the ground, lift your hips towards the sky, squeeze. Keep breathing. See if you can lift higher. Send your breath down into the front of your hips. One last round. Squeeze, lift, knees wide, and let it go. Yay. All right. Feet to the ground with knees bent. Bring your feet out to the width of your mats and let your knees fall in. So opposite of what we were just doing. Now your feet out, knees in. Outer edges of your feet can lift. Breathe into your low back. Bring one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly for a moment. Just feel your breath rise and fall. So feel your hands rising and falling with your breath. Happy baby pose. So full happy baby. Knees to the outsides of your ribs. Reach up, grab your feet. Hold down with your arms. Press up through your heels. Flex your toes. Take a little rock from side to side. Maybe straightening and bending and straightening your legs. Eventually, my friends, if there are any more movements or stretches that you want to take for yourself, then please do feel free. Otherwise, just slowly make your way into your final relaxation, your final Shavasana. So either the traditional corpse pose or any other position that will allow you to just relax and let go. So it is 4 minutes to the hour, so hopefully you all have at least 4 minutes you can give to yourself. Just let your breath become effortless. Let your body and your mind be a little more still. And for these last few moments, you just get to be here without needing to do anything, without needing to change or fix or control anything at all. Just allowing yourself to rest. And then when you feel complete, you can seal your own practice for yourself in a way that resonates for you. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.